Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So we've got another Playtime video. This is me just messing with makeup basically. I wanted to use a mix of different brands, I don't know, and I've always been interested in the colour Lapes Lazuli. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how I was told to pronounce it anyway. But I just love it because I think the actual stone itself is so beautiful, and then I wanted to do a blue and gold look, so I was like, why don't I just do something inspired by it? It's not going to be exactly inspired by the shaping that the stone is in or anything like that, but the colours together and what I'm calling it is that. So this is the look. If you want to see how to get this look, then keep on watching. Alrighty guys, so let's get into this Playtime video. So I've already got my foundation on. I'm using just a little sample of the MAC Studio Sculpt foundation in NC15 is what I'm wearing right now. And then I've got my brows on, and this is the NYX eyebrow gel in the shade Blonde. Does anyone, like, mine is really hard to squeeze out, and I don't know if it's because it's set in the tube or if there's a clog here. I've tried poking inside and it worked a little bit. I don't know, let me know if that happens to you guys, I want to know. And then we are going to start off with our Too Faced Shadow Insurance as our primer all over the eyes, just to help the colours last all day, because I do have to go to work today, and no, this is not going to be a normal wearable look. I hate that word. Everything is wearable if you wear it. But yeah, it's going to be blue and gold, that's what we're going for. And I'm just popping that all over the eye, from lid to brow. You know the drill. And a little bit, if I can get it out, along my lower lash line. Okay, so I'm going to start in my crease with a transition shade. Not a normal transition shade. For me, this is going to be Sand Dollar, which is a very, very pale grey. I don't want to go warm with this look at all, except for the little pop of gold that I'm going to put onto it. I want it to be blue, like just blue. So I'm just using this as my transition shade, just to help it blend a little bit. You'll hardly be able to see it. It'll just cool down my socket area. You could obviously do just blue on its own first, but I just want something just to help it blend a little bit into my skin. And grey is the most neutral shade that's cool tone, so you might as well just use that first. If you're obviously deeper skin or warmer than me, you can go warmer because that would be more natural to you. But as you can see, this is still quite natural on me. I'm going to be kind of jumping around. I'm not kind of using any one brand at all. I'm using Makeup Geek, I'm using Kat Von D and Huda Beauty, and yeah. And then my skin is just a mix of everything. So next shade we're going to use is from the Pastel Goth palette. I'm going to use the shade Dune, which is the blue here. And I'm going to take a MAC 217 brush for this. Mine is just slightly still stained. But I'm going to just take a little bit of that. It's quite pigmented, so you don't need a lot of it. And I'm going to start buffing this into my crease as like my, I'm going to say my main crease colour, even though it's going to be darker. Bring that all the way over. And by having that little bit of grey down, it will blend just that little bit softer. You can always go back in with the grey and help it blend a little bit more. I'm just leaving a little gap here. Just a small little gap here. I'm not being too precise or anything like that with it. But I do want to leave a slight gap just so the gold doesn't go green on me, because I'm going to do a little dot of gold right here. Okay, so we are getting some fall down from that blue in particular. I don't really care. I haven't done my under eye concealer, so I'm not too fussed on it. It's easier if you just don't do your under eye concealer. It makes your life so much easier. So we are going to move on to, what are we going to move on to? I'm going to use a Makeup Geek defined crease brush. This is just my little fave little blending brush, and I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Sapphire Obsessions palette, and I'm going to take this dark navy here, and this is just going to be our darkening colour basically. So we're going to focus it here. You'll notice as well, I don't want it to look teal or greeny blue or anything like that. I want it to be like a true blue. It is kind of inspired by Lapes Lazuli. I think I'm saying that right. The blue pigment that was like really hard to make years ago in like Gothic and Renaissance art. Well, more so Gothic art. And it's a stone as well, but I don't know why I was just really inspired by that. I was more so I seen the colours together and I was like, oh, that reminds me of that, so I'll do a look on it. Yeah, so that's where this has come from. And I want to bring that right in as well. So we're just deepening up that socket, building the colour up. I want it to be quite strong and really taking time to blend this out because I want it to be super soft with the blues and just the general blend in the crease. I want it to be really, really soft. And once we've got all of that on nice and dark and blended, I've blended out using whatever was left on my 217 brush. But I'm just going to take a tiny little dab of the Sand Dollar, the first grey shade that we used, and tap it off because I don't want it to dilute the colours too much. I just want to really haze out the edge. Okay, and now for me, this is the absolute star of the show. Yes, you could say the gold is because it's a little interesting part, but this for me is like, I was like, I'm using this one. This is called Center Stage from Makeup Geek. It's one of their foil shadows. It's like a blue with a slight bit of purple, but it's not a purple, it's like a blue. It's like a true kind of royal bluey navy colour. It's so pretty. So I think paired with these colours in the crease, this will go quite nice. Just using a flat brush, and we're just going to press this onto the entire lid. Okay, so just because the purple is starting, or not purple, it is looking purple though, blue is starting to look a little bit too purple against these bluer blues, I'm gonna take the shade, I don't know what, there's no name on these, this one here from the Sapphire palette. It's just a shimmer, and I'm just gonna lay that on top. I don't want it to be too, like, I'm covering this up completely. I still want that other colour underneath to be seen. It's just to bring the blue out a little bit more. Alrighty, so I think what I'm going to do is tidy up my lower lash line maybe. Will I? Won't I? Will I? Will I not? Yes? No? Maybe so? I'm not sure. No, so I've decided I won't. I'm going to do my lower lash line first, just in case I get any more follow. I can just tidy it away and then I can just blend out edges. I don't mind that. So, for my lower lash line, I'm going to start off with my navy. So, the dark navy from this palette here. Because I want that to be super dark, and I'm going to take my trusty MAC 214 smudgy brush, and we're just going to load that up and apply that just right into my lashes. Just bring that all the way across, but I'm still leaving a little gap here. I may connect it after I've done the gold, but I want to do the gold first and just make sure I've got room for the gold. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of the Doom again from the Pastel Goth palette, and I'm taking this on a shader brush from Real Techniques, and we are just going to use that to basically blur out our edges and make it look a bit more like the top. So I'm just overlapping them. And you can always re-intensify the navy if you need to. Then I'm going back in with a little bit of navy and just re-intensify that right at the lashes. Okay, so now we're going to clean up the underneath, and I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I have tidied up and concealed and all that jazz. I've concealed my whole face pretty much, and I concealed under my eyes. I brought it right up to here, right in here, because obviously I don't want to see any darkness underneath the gold, and I brought it right up here again for the same reason. I'm just going to take my 6SS brush from Inglot and a little bit more of the Sand Dollar shade, and again we are just going to haze out the very edge, and particularly under here. Okay, so next I'm going to take the shade So Pale from Makeup Geek, and I'm taking that on a slightly wider flat brush. It doesn't really matter what kind of brush you use once it's slightly flattened, and we're just going to right under the brow and all along here just highlight all across, and it'll just again help to soften everything. That's what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, so for the gold, I'm going to use more foil shadows from Makeup Geek for that, but I want it to be really intense, and you can actually see a little dot of gold, like quite significantly. So I'm going to use my Milk Jumbo Pencil from NYX, and I'm going to take it on a little brush like this guy, and I'm just loading it up from the actual stick, both sides, just so it's nice and coated. And I'm just going to start sketching in my shape that I want. Making it a big enough shape so you can actually see the colour. And then we're going to do the same on the inside. I'm just going to use a, going to do a smaller dot. Hopefully a smaller dot, we'll see. Try to make them in line with each other, so like don't have one down here, one up here, and one, you know, as if they're right in line with both of your outer corners. Okay, we got our dots done. So next I'm going to take the shade Fortune Teller from Makeup Geek. It's very yellowy gold, so I'm going to use a little bit of this. I may just add a little bit of Sin City, which is a slightly orangey tone, just to kind of neutralize the yellowiness of that gold, but we'll see. I'll just see how it goes on the actual eye, and I may even put a little bit of gold glitter on top, so we shall see. So for that shade I'm going to take a really small little pointed brush like this, and not a liner brush because I do want it to be softly applied, but kind of a liner brush, not really. And we're just gonna press that over top, and because it's a foil shadow, it will come out really intensely pigmented as well. And just try to stay within the white that we put down first. And you can kind of see here where I kind of did the circle and made it look like my eyes cutting into it a little bit. That wasn't necessarily intentional, but I kind of like how it looks, so I did the same on the other side, so we just go with it. This is what happens when you play with makeup and you have an idea, but you're like not 100% sure if you're going to stick with every little detail. It was just supposed to be a dot, but now it's a thing. Yeah, but it's not like an inner corner highlight. It's really rounded around the outsides. Okay, so we have our gold on. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any glitter on it, because the glitters that I have, I've got this one from MAC, which could work. I just don't want to dull the gold. I want it to be really, really bright gold. I've also got my Heavy Metal glitter liner in Midnight Cowboy from Urban Decay. Again, it might dull it, so I'm just going to leave it, and I'll decide at the end if I want to pop a little bit of glitter on it, or I might take some photos without the glitter and some with the glitter, and then decide what way I want it to be when it goes up online. We'll see. Why am I not in focus? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to finish off the eye. I was going to do a blue liner on the waterline, but I'm going to do black instead because I want it to be a little bit more smoky looking. So we're just going to pop this on the waterline. This is just Urban Decay's Perversion liner. Definitely need to get a new one of these, but I'm also going to use the same liner and just tight line, because I'm not going to do any actual liner on top. I'm just going to pop lashes on, but I do want the roots of my own lashes to be nice and dark. It does make a difference though. A lot of people think it doesn't, but it does. Okay, and then to finish off, I'm taking some mascara. This is the MDM Flow mascara. Greater than MDM Flow? I don't know. Greater than mascara. Yeah, that's what it's called. And yeah, I'm just going to pop this on. It's not my favourite just yet. It's just one that I've had that I decided to start using because my other one is gone. My Soap and Glory one is gone now. It's at the point where I'm not sure how good it is yet, because I like my mascara about a month in when it's slightly drier, and this is just quite fresh. Like, I don't feel like it builds up as easy. I do have to do 2 coats, definitely, sometimes 3. With this I don't really mind because I'm going to put lashes on, but it does need something. Okay, so I finished off my mascara and I popped on these lashes here. I've got like a multi-pack. I've already used some, and these are the second pair that I have. These are from Kiss, the Look So Natural. Yeah, they're just nice and fluffy. They're like, they don't take over the eye too much, and they're quite easy to apply. The band is quite thin on them as well, so I quite like how comfy they are. They're really comfy, and they just keep it dramatic without taking away from what you have on the actual eye. You will also notice that I got mascara right on the line of the gold right here. I'm gonna try and fix that right now. With what? I don't know. I got cotton bud will do. And I'm just gonna try to lift the black off without getting rid. Okay, never mind. We got rid of the gold. That's okay. We'll go back in and fix it. To fix this, because you know this is just the way things go. Not like I've been work or anything like that. I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit of the white pencil and just, you know, reshape that edge. And then just take some of the gold again. I also forgot to mention that I didn't put any of the orange on because I didn't feel like I needed to. I think it's actually warm enough as it is. Okay, and then just to warm up the skin a tiny bit, I'm taking the ML Safari bronzer that I got in a glossy box, and I'm just taking that on a 137, yes, 137 brush. Small little amount, and we are just gonna buff that just a little bit over the cheek, the back of the cheek mainly. A tiny little bit along my temples and into my forehead, just like a wash. And then just as an extra little bit of contour, I'm just going to take the Next to Skin blush from MAC. It literally looks so pale, but it is a contour for me anyway. And I'm just going to go a little bit further back into my cheek along here and blend that into the bronzer a little bit. I don't normally bronze and contour, but I'm feeling it today. I'm just going to do my cheeks on my lip, because I don't want it to be too sculpted everywhere. Just a small bit. My lip, I always do under here because by doing this, creates a shadow under your lip. Makes your lip look like it's coming out and creating that shadow more. And then when you smile, you can't even see it, but it does emphasize your shadow. And then my favourite part, the blusher. I'm going to go in with the Fairly Precious Extra Dimension blusher. Yes, in Fairly Precious from MAC. It's this gorgeous shimmery peachy colour. It's just this beautiful warm glow. Really glowy. It's really nice. Like you could just wear that and no highlighter and it would be gorgeous, but I'm still going to put highlighter on because let's be real here. And then for my highlight, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter Duo in. I think I'm just going to use Lightning Dust, the non-sparkly one, the more shimmer. Just because the blush has got a lot of shimmer in it anyway, so I don't want to be too metallic. I mean, I do have some limits. Not really. Sometimes. Beautiful. Okay, and then onto my lip. I'm gonna start with MAC's Whirl Lip Liner just to actually line and give it a shape eye lip. Just filling it in as well. I've actually decided I don't want to go darker because I do want all the focus to be on the eyes. So I'm going to go in with the shade How Tropical, which is a cream sheen, but it's a slightly browny toned, kind of yellowy toned almost. A mix with the Whirl, it'll make a really nice nude colour. And then just to finish everything off, we are going to go in with the MAC lip gloss. I got this at Christmas. This is Glass Heel. It's just like a sparkly gold. Any clear or sparkly gold gloss will do. We're just going to pop this on top. Alrighty guys, this is your finished look. I hope you all enjoyed it. I love how this turned out. This turned out exactly how I imagined it in my head. I do have a face chart of it, which I did. It's over there somewhere. But I think this is actually really, really cool. I love this. I love this lip combo. I'm obsessed with this right now. But yeah, I love it. I'm so glowy. I'm kind of bronze. I'm kind of contoured. I kind of love it. A bit weird, but whatever. That's me. So yeah, if you did like this look, give me a big thumbs up below. Let me know in the comments what you think of this look. And also a question, would you be interested in seeing me do like a gemstone kind of series? I know like Shan XO has done it, and probably a million other people have done them as well, but I think they're really, really fun, and I would like to do something like that. And if you would be interested, I would like to do it for you guys. So let me know that in the comments down below. And if you want to see any more Playtime videos, any more Lush videos, any more random tutorials, or like 3 looks 1 palette or whatever it is, hit subscribe down below and you'll get to see more of moi. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!